Alright, hello everybody, Zaxtor99 with another indie first play impressions. Actually, these are my first play though. I got this game, I don't know, about 2 or 3 weeks ago from the developer when the developer Unfinished Pixel sent me an email offering me a free evaluation copy of Super Volley Blast. It came out back on November 1st of this year, and I gotta tell you guys, I am loving this game. It does come in at a standard price or a regular price of $9.99 US. It is on sale right now for the winter Steam sale, which ends in a couple of days for 25% off. But this game is a freaking blast, everybody. I already have 7 hours on record. A lot of that came in the past 2 or 3 days. And I know the first time I played it, my son and I played it together, and we had a blast. Like, I wasn't expecting this game to be this much fun. But I want to go ahead and get this review up before the new year kicks in my local mountain time zone here. So I want to go ahead and quickly show you guys Super Volley Blast, because I already know this is definitely going to make one of my Zaxtor Indie Gold Gems of the Year for 2018. So we'll be back right after this, and we'll show you why I like Super Volley Blast so much. Alright, welcome back everybody. When you launch the game, this is what you're going to get. I would definitely recommend plugging in some controllers for the Xbox, or any kind of controllers you have for your PC, because I think this game is going to play a lot better with a controller, especially if you're trying to play with multiple people, even 2 people. But you can play up to 4 players at your local computer, and I would recommend probably 4 controllers for that if you have it. But when you launch the game, guys, this is what you get. Look at all these different options. You have a quick match, and if you go into quick match, this is the ability here to go in here and pick from all these different characters. Now, some of these characters are characters I've created myself, and some of them are characters I believe I won by doing the story mode. So yeah, we got 4 pages of characters. So like this guy here, it looks like Spider-Man, but it's actually called Volley Woman. And this guy here looks like the Incredible Hulk, but it's called Blaster in this game. I took these 2 on in a match with a CPU helping me on my side. It's always 2 versus 2 in the volleyball, but I guess if you beat your opponents in the story mode, you actually win those characters to play as. So very rewarding game. We got Trundled Dump. Yeah, I mean, look at all these different characters. Now, the characters I made myself, I created Alicia and Zane here. So I made Zane with blue hair, and I created this character with pink hair named Alicia. I've already went against Mob Barley, looks just like Bob Marley, and Spoon Good, and all kinds of other characters. So really, really cool game that rewards you as you play. But this is just kind of like you want a play now mode. So here you can either pit like up to 4 local players at your computer. You can go yourself and have a CPU with you on your team against 2 CPUs, or like I could get my son, and my son and I could take on 2 CPUs, a CPU team, or my son and I could compete against each other against 2. I mean, with 1 CPU on each of our sides. So it could be me and a CPU versus my son and a CPU. However you want to do it, gives you a lot of different options. So for example, I come in here, I ready up, and so if my son was playing, he could just put himself over on Team B with a computer opponent, and I would be with a computer opponent over here. So that's kind of the way that works. Tournament. This allows you to do a tournament, kind of like think of like the football playoffs, the NFL playoffs, or something like that, where there's either 4 teams in the tournament or 8 teams. And here you can determine how many players are going to play in the tournament. So if you have, you could actually have 16 people at your house and decide to do a tournament and play that through. So that's pretty cool. And then story mode, this is what I'm talking about. You can have up to 3 game saves here where you're taking your characters, whatever characters you want. Here you can see I was on chapter 7 with my own created characters, Zane and Alicia. And that's how I got that Spider-Man looking guy and the Hulk looking guy and the Donald Trump guy and all that. Super Blast, either a quick match or a tournament. And the quick match, again, is just kind of like a play now, mode. And once you're done with the match, you can do as many replays as you want. But this just offers you some kind of zany options, such as a chicken ball, where a chicken joins the game as a ball. And you have to pay attention to it because it can move by itself, so it makes it a little bit more sporadic and unpredictable. You can make the ball a bomb, and the bomb will have a timer on it, I guess, and blow up. We tried this once with my son, and the bomb blew like me and my computer opponent up, I think, and then he laughed at me. You can make the floor ice. I didn't really like this one though because it seemed to have the opposite effect. I was thinking I'd be sliding around faster and slipping around, but instead it was kind of like quicksand. Like, it made me move really slow. So I didn't really see the appeal of this one, but some people might. We didn't try bad shape, where players get tired every time they hit the ball. And then you can also, by default, it's 3 hits per side of the net. Each team can hit it 3 times. You can change that to 2 hits if you want to with these the Super Blast options. Right here is where you can go in and create your own avatar. So you can, what I like is you can just kind of randomly make a character and then name them whatever you want. It does come up with a random name, as you see. Or you can go in here and you can choose all these options and adjust all these different options. I mean, arm length, hand size, feet size, whatever you want. You can give them a skin color, whatever skin color you want. You can pick their head shape, the horizontal and vertical size of their head, the overall size. You can choose their hairstyle. There's like 3 pages of hairstyles that you can choose from. Whatever you want. Obviously, if you do something like that on a guy, you'd probably want to go up here and change the gender to a girl. And then you can load and manage all your different saved characters. As you see, I only have 2 so far, but it looks like it lets you have, as many as you want. But that's a really cool, I really like the avatar editor. That's how I made my Zane and my Alicia characters. And I can make a lot more if I wanted to. You can go through a tutorial here which teaches you how to do all the different moves in the game. In the options, you can, you have options for your music volume, your sound effects volume, your vibration, your different resolutions, full screen on or off, quality, normal, fantastic, or low, depending on, how good your computer is, I guess. And you have lots of different languages to choose from as well. So really, really, really like this game here. If you wanted to go in and customize your keyboard controls, you could do that as well. Remap them all. And then there's also challenges. So it kind of shows you what challenges you've won. This is kind of like achievements on the Steam store or whatever. And you can go on any of the challenges and see how far you progressed. Like two of 5 there, say 5 customer avatars in the avatar editor. I've got 2, so I need 3 more, and I'll beat that challenge, if you would. So really cool there. And let me just show you guys kind of how this works. So like I'm going through the story mode. We're gonna go ahead and continue here. And let me show you how this gameplay works. So here it's giving me a computer opponent. It's making the Alicia be with me as a computer. CPU is Alicia. And then I'm going to be taking on this team. This team's pretty good because as you see at the bottom right, I'm on the last stage of this particular tournament, and we're going to be in Barcelona, Spain for this one. So if I wanted to, I could grab my son and say, hey, come son, come help me beat the computer here, and he could take over and play Alicia or whatever. But we're just going to go ahead and go in here like this, and it says, come on, one more easy win to be the best player again. And I'm thinking of the celebration. And our coach, that's our coach on the right, he says, we need to give it our best. They're already legends of volleyball. They're well known around the world. So I say, are you moting or frightening us? And Alicia says, hey, if we made it until here, we're good players too. And the coach says, that's right. If you play as you know and enjoy the game, you can beat them. Now, I've already played these guys like 4 times, and I haven't beat them yet. I got really close a couple of times, and you have to win the best 2 out of 3 games. So every button on your controller is a certain thing. So you can only hit it 3 times on each side. We hit it 4 times there, and that is why they got a point. Now they got a point because my CPU knocked it out of bounds. Now I can set it up to her so she can kind of jump up and try to spike the ball over there. I set it up to her, she's going to set it back to me, and then I was able to jump up and hit it. Now jumping is hitting your Y button on your Xbox controller. Hitting your A button does a set, always tries to get under the ball and set it. Now how accurate you are with your, how you place the ball, or how you hit the ball or whatever, is going to be, I think it depends on how close you are to the red dot when you hit your button. Oh, so she got the ball spiked right in her face. They're up 4-1, and as you can see, this is a pretty good team. She hit it out of bounds there. They're up 5-1. We are getting our butts kicked here, guys. So if you hit your X button, your character will automatically try to hit it over the net. Again, hit your A button, and you'll do a setup to your teammate. And then if you hit your B button, you're gonna basically you're gonna dive. So here we're gonna go ahead and hit our Y button, and then we're gonna hit our X button to hit it over the net, just like that. And it's all really, it just takes a little bit of practice, but it's all just timing is all it really is. But I tell you, it's really addicting to play. It's a lot of fun. I tried to jump up, but I was in the wrong position. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Set it up to her. Oh. Dang it. Man, we are getting waxed. But like I say, guys, you can kind of see all the guys in the background, all the different characters, the crowd watching, they'll cheer anytime anybody scores a point. Kind of, gets you into the game. It's just a lot of fun, guys. I mean, it may not look like that much fun watching it here on the screen, but once you start playing it, you'll see real quickly how much fun this game is. And, it's just a really high-quality game. The controls are really tight. They feel really good. And it just makes you want to keep playing the game over and over and over again. And I can see many hours being put into this game. And I've never really seen a volleyball game on the computer. Now, I know back on, the Commodore 64, I used to have, I paid $30 or $40 for a game called Kings of the Beach for a volleyball game. And I'll tell you what, this game right here, I know this game is 10 times better than that old Kings of the Beach game was when I was, back in the 80s on the Commodore 64. And that game was really high rated, like a AAA game or whatever. And this game is just way more fun, way better than even that game was. But this is kind of how the game works, guys. You go through, you do these different tournaments. You can go back to the menu here. And then, like I say, you can do a tournament, you can do a quick match, you can do all these special options in the game. You can go into the avatar editor, like I said, make your own character. You can play a tutorial if you want to. But this game, like I said, guys, I've already got 7 hours into this game in the last couple of weeks. Probably about 2.5 hours of that 7 hours was my son and I just playing, having a blast, not being able to, he was best 2 out of 3, best 4 out of 7. And it was just hard to put down. Super fun game. I can't believe how good this game is. But let me go ahead and let's go back into the story mode here, guys. And let's go ahead and give this game a score. My score for, how basically the same scoring system I use for all these indie games that I play. And I already know this one's going to score really high. But at $9.99, the regular price of this game, guys, like I said, I already have over 7 hours into this game. So over the next 6 months to a year, I'm going to well past 10 hours. And I think most people, if they like, just good quality indie games, they're also going to do the same. Even if you don't really like volleyball, it's really easy to pick up, really easy to figure out what each of your 4 buttons do, and then it's just moving around. Now, if you get really good at the game, you can also use the right stick to kind of control where you're hitting the ball. So you can kind of control where you're trying to, hit the ball when you hit it. I haven't got that good yet, so there's plenty of room to grow in this game. Up, missed it. Pass it up to her. Bam. But value, guys, like I said, because I already got 7 hours in the game in a couple weeks, I look for $1 per hour or better, or less expensive to get a good value. This game's definitely going to get a good value. There's no doubt this game deserves a 40 out of 40 on the value aspect of my scoring. I just really, really like it. I'm not really focusing too much on the game. I'm just trying to focus on giving this game an accurate score based on what I think it should score. Fun, guys, is my next criteria. This is going to be the subjective part of anybody's scoring. It's worth 30 points, but how much fun is the game now that we've looked at, do you get your good bang for your buck on value? And for this game, guys, I think this game is a hell of a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and give this game a 29 out of 30. I think it's a blast. Next criteria, guys, is controls and bugs. How does the game control? Have you seen any bugs with the game? I really haven't seen any bugs with the game. I mean, it keeps track of how many times each team hits the ball. The controls work flawlessly. I couldn't imagine better controls for this kind of a game, and you have all kinds of control and options in this game. 20 out of 20, easy score for controls and bugs. And then my last criteria, guys, is graphics and sound. How good are the graphics and how good are the sound for the game? And guys, I really like the graphics and the sound effects. I think everything sounds good. The crowd cheering sounds really good. It has nice music, and the graphics are pretty damn good. The fact that it allows you to customize your own characters and control so many different aspects of what your character looks like just makes the game that much more valuable and that much more special in my mind. But graphics and sound, guys, I really like it. I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10 for graphics and sound. For the type of game that it is, I think it does a phenomenal job in that department. So 10 out of 10 for graphics and sound. You add that all up, guys, an easy 40 out of 40 for value. 29 out of 30 for fun. Almost a perfect fun score from me. And then, oops, hit the wrong button there. They're going to beat me here, guys, with one more point. But then I said 20 out of 20 for controls and bugs and 10 out of 10 for graphics and sound. You wind up with an impressive score, guys, of a 99% for this game. I really, really love this game, and it makes a must-buy recommendation. Even at the $10 price tag, I think this game is a steal. I think this game is one of the best indie games of 2018, and we'll find out tomorrow or the next day when I make a video going over all my indie gold games of 2018, and I pick one to be my best, highest recommended game of 2018. So be sure you watch out for that video, guys. But here we go, guys. Back to the main menu. Like I say, once you get into this game, once you start playing it, if you have controllers especially, I would definitely pick this thing up. Especially as well if you have somebody else that'll play with you. So if you have kids, or you have a sibling or a friend or mom and dad or whatever, anybody that you think might play this game with you, definitely pick this game up. Super Volley Blast is one of my rare Zaxtor Indie Gold selections for 2018, scoring an impressive 99% score. And guys, I could easily go ahead and give this game my first 100%, but I don't think the game. I think the game could probably be a little bit more fun. And one way they could do that, the developer, if they was to make this game online, so if the developer was to come back and make this game so I could play against a Steam friend in Super Volley Blast, that would definitely take the fun up. I think that would put this game at a perfect 100. But as it is, guys, still a very respectable score, one of my highest scoring games on Steam of all time. And I've reviewed like 550 games now or something like that, guys. So out of 550 games, for this to be one of my highest scoring games of all time, that is definitely saying something. So great job to the developers who made Super Volley Blast. I really like this one, guys, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If this video has sparked you to go buy this game, Super Volley Blast, and if you like it or whatever you think of it, let me know down in the comments below. If it's just not your type of game or whatever, let me know as well down there. I'd love to read those comments, guys. Be sure you rate my video. This has been Zaxtor99, and Happy New Year, Happy 2019 to everybody out there. Have a great one, everybody. Love you all. Take care.